I'll never be able to get like a super. The sad part is I'll never get the super clean audio transition, but at least we have a nice video transition.
Hey.
Hello, and welcome to this highly impactful episode of Dark Matter.
Hello.
Right here on
everybody.
Greetings.
We're all going to die. I'm glad
You
So
can
in the last
see,
episode-
I am in space. These are space curtains. Outside is
These
space.
are space
You
curtains.
can't see it though. That's a space parking lot outside.
So in the last episode, the two groups, after having finally met up, inevitably and kind of were hanging out and taking a rest in the home of Vartelis. Inevitably, they fixed upon him their goal of getting to the main building and regaining control of the communications array. However, Vartelis had warned them of a powerful being that seems to reside in the main building. A being so powerful that its mere existence pervades his nature. Seeing a little truck go by in your window.
And me?
Yeah.
It's a space truck.
Oh yeah.
Space truck.
Space truck.
Yeah.
They're doing space road construction.
Actually, they've been planting bushes at this hospital outside my window for
Actually, I noticed that.
3 weeks.
All right. Unfortunately for this episode, I apologize. Bennett's stats are going to be entirely incorrect. Wait, I think I
What?
can fix it. I think I can fix it actually. I have a trick up my sleeve. Sadly,
It
apparently,
doesn't still
I
say
didn't-
he's a ranger, does it?
Yeah, when I tried to make a fix an image source, it apparently I must have missed that it's the panel that I was using for my baseline was out of date. So that's my bad. However, I have a way to fix this. I have a cheeky way to fix this.
But look at that.
The stream just stops.
Yeah.
Restart. Hello.
Greetings.
Hello. Nope. Just bam.
Hello and welcome to the
We're
hotline.
set.
Oh god, the FF14
He's
leaks.
Anyway, so they finally, inevitably, Vartelis, with the help of their kind of captive former member of, or employee, I guess, of these facilities, that had made himself kind of ingrained with the bandits and scavengers that had made home here, he inevitably started to guide them down the driveway of one of the garage that Vartelis had led them in through. Vartelis, however, had to and implored upon them that he would have to close the gate behind them so as to keep the beast inside. If they were able to open the communications array and disengage the safety locks and make their own escape, he will not stop them, but he would not let them back through this gate. So upon inevitably making their way through parts of the facility, they encountered into a large room. Inevitably then, this jogged the former employee's memory, and when he went to go head down the hallway towards the communications array, he was greeted by the welcoming, lovely face of a Rothian taker, who proceeded to stab him with the gut with his claws and purely decapitate him.
Oh.
And thus the battle ensued. A number of people took monster hits, including Avant and Claire.
Yeah, that was rough. Multiple people almost got one shot.
And that is where we will resume our session from last time.
Run away! The
As Variable will ready himself by the door.
Is that JoJo's reference?
You're next to him, even though you're in your... What shape are you in again?
Me?
Gray? Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. I'm in the Mountain Frostwarg
I
Form.
was gonna say-
Excellent. That's right. So next to you.
See, most
QR.
people answer that question with "I'm fine" or
Next to you is QR, who,
And
for a moment, it seems like his eyes change. And he seems to attempt to grab you.
okay. Go for
He will
QR.
succeed.
On a is he grabbing me? Is it a grapple
A
check?
grapple check in 5e is somebody's strength against your AC. I would like to. I'm putting it because I know what you're getting at, but the way you did in your campaign is the 3.5 way, not the 5e way. And I double checked that session, just because I wanted to
Okay.
know if I was losing my mind. I let you do
To
what you did,
spite
but I'm
you.
doing the 5e rules.
All
So
right.
he will grab you. And he will take a
Okay.
number of steps and throw you in through the doorway.
Wait. Isn't his action just to grapple me? So now he's throwing me as well?
It's kind of more
Marshall.
like soft shove.
So he's letting go of me.
Yes, he's up to the door. But he stays on this side of the door. Whereas he puts you on the other side of the other door.
Okay. Well.
Varabel will use his held action to close the door.
Alright, leaving the Claire in there, huh?
And QR.
Alright.
Alright, I will keep you in initiative. However, she's fine. Alright. Enum.
What's up?
Where am I? I was like, this is my trying to manipulate certain things. Okay. Trying to regain my music. You have seen Gray get dropped off in the doorway.
Yes.
Varabel closed the security door, leaving QR and Claire remaining with the Roth in the other room.
I mean, I'm already carrying.
Yeah, you're in the same hallway with Barth and Varabel, who is now joined by Gray, and Avant, who is on your shoulder. He is still on your shoulder. He hasn't left yet.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep running like with Barth, trying to get away.
This is not the playlist I want.
Cause like yeah.
So you continue to go down. The hallway is about
Yeah.
seems to be about an extra 30 feet.
Okay.
You're aware of Avant's consciousness on your shoulders,
Yes.
since Barth
I can.
stabbed him with a
He's
healing
back
stim.
All right. I'll like set him down then if he can like walk.
All right. You attempt to set him down once you get farther down the hallway.
I would like to do that.
And so Avant, you are now on your feet.
Oof.
Oh, yeah, how much health do
I
I
don't
have?
know. My
Oh,
computer's being funky right now.
What the hell?
Your computer's doing the funky chicken.
I'll be right
For
back.
some reason,
Sorry,
in my like initiative like tracker thing, for some reason Avant's like red, and I don't know why. Usually, when you're red, like the sign that's like a creature's dead is they're red and crossed out. For some reason, he's just red. He's not crossed out. He's just red.
I
It
hope
doesn't track
not.
health, so it has nothing to do with his health.
From my last count, I have 5 health.
Yes, that was after the stim. So it is
Yeah,
your turn.
I had used a healing word on him.
When was that?
That was last session. Because he was knocked out, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. So healing word. Oh, it was that or cure wounds. One or two. I just know I'm down a couple slots.
I don't know because he was knocked out when. All I know is he was picked up by Enum. He was then given a health stim. So whether or not he tracked his health correctly is not my responsibility.
I'll be honest, I don't even
So
remember
that's-
being picked up.
Yeah, so that's the thing. In terms of like what happened in that scenario, I can't give that full answer because that was
We're gonna
not
go ahead and
my
say
job to
I have
track.
5 health.
Yeah, in terms of like if you healed him and he put the health on his character sheet is irrelevant to me. All I know is I told him that he also got a healing stim, and he is conscious. That is all I know. All I know is he's conscious, and he has health. He is above 0 HP. Those are the two things I am aware of with Avant. And that is his turn. So it is your turn. You're on your feet. You've been put down from Enum. You're in a hallway. You were noticeably subtracted of Claire and Kior.
Alright, I want to try to run back towards that door. Back in.
Varabel seems to be blocking the lock as he just kind of keeps himself in front of you. No. Must find a communication first.
Yeah, we do.
Well,
Can
we're
be
not
saved later.
Can they? We're just leaving them in the room with a giant, disgusting, destructive monster thing.
We need to keep moving, but and so to use all of your movement, by the way, to get to the back to the door, because Ina went 30 feet, you went 30 feet back.
Yeah.
But just so you know, but Bartho kind of note. Well, I mean, potentially outside of maybe a use of frustration against the man or guide, I guess you could say. Roth takers don't usually kill. Their goal is to collect. And I'm willing to bet somebody that's willing to stand up to a taker isn't likely going to just be left for dead by them. Our goal mainly is if we can get to the communications array, call for help, unlock the security doors, because there's no Rothian ship around here, clearly, as far as we know. There's not one just hovering over the mountains. It's not that we've seen. So we have the solid chance that he's just stowing people somewhere. There may be a number of people alive even from years ago when this apparently was hidden. So if he's been here a while, according to Vartelis, if he's been here a while, there may be people alive still. They're just stowed.
Well, I don't make it a business to leave behind teammates, so you better be right about this. I'm gonna walk.
I don't
to
make
whatever.
any business to have us all die for nothing.
No.
Very well.
Is-
We'll
by the way,
restore
do you do any other
communications.
actions, by the way?
Now just sit there and sulk.
Oh, by the way, I had turned back into great form just so I could talk to people.
Very well. We'll restore communications. Then we come back. And so help me in the meantime if they become a snack.
So what were you doing? Sorry. Was your second, like, were you doing anything with your action, or? You guys are being kept in initiative, as I noticed. So.
Oh, okay. So never mind. I didn't say anything because I'm still a Mountain Frostborg.
You are correct.
That's the end of my turn.
I neglected that. Alright, those two. Oh. Alright, so Barthacan, he will start heading down towards the other end of the hallway towards Enum. So he'll kind of stick next to Enum. So Gray, it is your turn now.
All right. Bonus action to get out of the form. Look angrily at Barabellum and the fire guy whose name I always forget. Barth. And just shake my head as I go towards where I think the communications is. Where our now dead friend was pointing at, or indicate to, or directed us to, or other defining words to say that he pointed us to the location we're supposed to go.
Well,
Yeah.
first, to get through this doorway.
Location for Cusco. Cusco's location.
By the way, Enum and Barth now are essentially, like, they need 5 more feet to get through the door. So.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, other than that, make my way over there. Not pleased by the situation, and then very, very, very mad.
Your frustrations will be better served to try to find our way back to the communications array in one piece.
No, my frustrations would be better served to help out my teammates. But if this is gonna help them, then this is what we're gonna do.
Hey, we'll be able to help them if you're dead.
Correct. Enum raises a point. As you start to hear, all of your passives are good enough. You all can hear kind of this, a large door kind of slam, or like the shutting of like a large door kind of close in the distance, kind of reverberates some of the area around you. I definitely don't think that would be the last time we'll potentially see this guy. It'll be in our best interest to try to hide. Don't engage. I think keeping ourselves under as much cover as possible would be the best option. If you annoy it too much, it will kill you. Just because it doesn't intend to kill doesn't mean it won't be driven to it. And Verabel will start to walk forward. He'll kind of actually come up to you, Gray. He'll give you like a pat on the back and go, "Conviction to help others is appreciated and admirable. There is more to helping others than just being the shield." Make a perception check as he does this.
All of us, or
No, it's just Gray.
That is a 23.
Oh, awesome. So you see something that it's a little hard to see under kind of he has this kind of extra plate that like the Vect, some of the other Vect don't always have. Like your 2 companions, for example. However, there's kind of a spot closer to the side, kind of like right in here.
Okay.
Where you're kind of able to see this kind of this like cracked claw mark. It's not particularly big, but it seems to actually run relatively deep.
It doesn't look recent.
No, I mean it's not like currently sparking or anything, but it
Right.
sits within the armor.
Okay.
You can kind of see a little bit of the lights from kind of his internals kind of shining through it. Not a lot, but a little bit. Seemingly the armor plating pretty much did its job. has. Okay. All right. That's that. Enum.
Yes.
Your turn.
Um,
You're 5 feet in front of a door.
it's just a door. We don't know that it's the communication room.
Because of the Roth came from the hallway that supposedly had the communications room.
Yeah.
I would wedge to bet that it is not Edam's assumption that it is the communications room,
Yeah.
because you went down a
Alright.
different hallway then.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go into this door.
All right, so you go open the door. It kind of opens up into another smaller but roughly open area. It generally kind of seems to we're going to change this. Want to change that? Sorry. You start to see actually, kind of right in front of you is a set of stairs that go down. And then within the room itself is kind of almost this, I guess you could almost say it is kind of like a, almost kind of meeting area, I guess. It has a number, it's like a mix between like a lobby, but also has like some tables and chairs. However, some of them are knocked over. There are some screens that seem to somehow miraculously, similarly to the other area, still have power. They don't seem to really, they're not really displaying anything, but you kind of are able to see that some of them are still operational, while some are almost just hanging, disconnected.
I mean, could I make like a perception check in the room and
Yeah.
like see if I see anything? Like, I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
We're kind of in a dangerous situation, so I shouldn't.
Yeah,
say
I
it's
gave you
fine, but-
essentially what your passive would show you.
Okay.
So you can make the perception check though for anything else.
Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh,
Let's go.
starting strong.
All right, give me one.
Better
moment
than the
here.
last like couple times where I rolled a nat 1 on the first roll.
Yeah.
And that,
Those-
then I roll a nat 1 and then like a 0. I'm pretty sure I did. Like
Oh,
last
yeah.
week.
Yeah, that's what
unfortunate.
put you in with
It's
with
yeah,
QR.
that 1 to 0 is really unfortunate. But
Yeah, nat
Pretty-
1 to
I
nat 1 to
literally-
0. That
I
was
do
2
nothing.
weeks ago. Yeah.
pretty funny though.
But anyway, so yes, you are able to, as you kind of peek into the room, you don't seem to hear any of the skithering that you kind of heard before the Rothian showed up last time, and nothing seems to be appearing in the room. You do see though into the corner, there actually is a lit up terminal station that seems to still kind of be displaying some data from the desktop.
Some data, you say.
Yeah, it's behind the main counter.
I'm gonna look at the data.
All right, you can. So you still have 25 feet left of your movement. It's about 40 feet from you from the doorway.
Okay, I'll start walking over that way.
So yeah, you kind of see QR, or sorry, I almost called you QR. See Enum
Go
Um,
through all the list
kind
names.
of peek into the room, and he then just seems to walk right in towards the large counter desk. So then that'll make next up will be Avant.
Yeah, I think I'll just follow him.
All right. You again, similarly for like the passive stuff, you see a lot of that kind of like the same things. You do see what somewhat piques your eyes. You kind of walk in now with your pretty solid passive perception. You do see on kind of underneath one of, or I shouldn't say underneath because I would mean it would probably be impacted, but next to a tipped over table from the underside though. You see a tablet display that seems to still be showing up, like it's like lit up still. The future, man. Battery life is amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see that as you kind of start to walk in the room. So roughly, I guess I'd say like you've used 10 feet. I'll say. Are you just gonna continue to follow him, or?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I got that.
I just want to know if you're doing anything with that information.
No.
Okay. Barth will kind of slowly go in as he'll kind of. Let me double check some of the things he's got here. I have to remember like he's not, because I almost made him an artificer, so I have to like remember he's not one. And then he's something that I haven't played too much of, so I also kind of forget every week certain abilities that he could have. Okay, so he doesn't
What?
have
He can
those
breathe
things.
on the water.
As a
What?
fighter,
He had
let's see, it's
legendary
weird.
actions.
Nice.
That is the wrong
Why?
campaign.
He's actually level 20.
Instead of opening dark matter, I opened embers. Okay, that's helpful. All right, so no, he walks
The
in
crossover
room.
nobody needed.
He kind of hovers by the stairs, but he just kind of seems to post up next to the wall, kind of leading down, as he just kind of tries to keep an eye looking down there. That's great. It is your turn.
All right, neat. How am I respected to her? How far am I in respected to everybody else?
So I guess everyone, the three other party members, Enum, Avant, and Barth, were 5 feet in front of a door. So you essentially are 10 feet next to, but you're still standing next to Varabel. So
Okay.
it takes you 10 feet to get through the door, and then you have the 20 feet in the room to spend.
And okay, and just to clarify, people have gotten into a room already.
Yes, 3 of your party members have Barth, Enum, and Avant.
All right, then I'm gonna pull out the stun gun and have
Then I
that
pull out my gun.
just at the ready.
You don't have it. If you recall,
What do you
you
mean?
gave it to Vartelis.
Yeah, we picked it up again.
Okay, you pull it
Yeah.
out. It's still like got the other half of the welded on stun gun that broke with the security shutters.
Okay.
So you're unsure of how well it'll work.
If nothing else, it works like a silencer, right? As I hold it up.
You're posturizing is what you're doing.
We're going to find out one way or another.
I guess yes, you're correct. You guys did pick it up, but whether or not you know it works
Yes.
is the other question.
QR has the one that doesn't work.
He has
You're
the
the one
worst
that's
end.
broken.
Oh, yeah.
He has the worst end.
Yep.
Potentially, actually, you don't know that for sure.
That's true. You're right.
That's what you
Well,
guys get for being smart and remembering you have stun guns.
I'm just gonna walk in, pistol to chest, just looking around,
All right.
and
That's serious.
looking to see if there's any
You have a
more
similar-
like
so you will
notable.
also see the tablet I described to Avant as you walk into the room.
Okay. Can I get to the tablet, or
Yeah.
is it too far?
No, that is only about 20 feet into the room, so that's pretty much right at your max move speed.
All right. I saw my action, so I will toy with it or toy around with it.
Okay, so make me. Let me double check.
A peanut butter sandwich.
Do it
A
as
data check.
It kind of. So it's Arcana. So the essentially it's the idea of a somewhat of a tech check.
Got it. How techy am I? Not too much. 7.
All right. You seem to accidentally turn the display off, but it does come back on. It doesn't seem to have a. So you found the power button. You're not locked out. Doesn't seem to have a locking mechanism.
Okay.
But
Power
you're
button
not
secured. I can now take
You're
screenshot.
attempting to try to get through the menus, but you're starting to get lost a little.
Eyebrow just starts furring more and more and more. But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's all I do.
All right. Okay. Do that. All right. Variable then will be the last one to walk in the room. He will also he will close the door behind him. as he will kind of go up towards the other. He'll kind of go up by the stairs as well. Except he will actually start to step a couple feet down. As you kind of see him like bend over to like look through, like essentially underneath the floor, because there's a point where like it's like one of those staircases where like as you go down, like this is the base of the floor and like the stairs are like this, so there's this like little
I
angle
hate
here
those.
to look in. So he's kind of looking in through that angle. I see nothing of note. Yes, that'll be that. Okay, good to know. All right. He will do that. She doesn't do anything. Okay. Eno,
Yes,
it is your turn.
I'm heading to the computer.
Yes. So you use the rest of your actually well.
What was that?
You get to the computer. You technically still have 5 feet.
Yeah.
remaining, but you get to the computer. You somewhat see you see that there is a window open, but otherwise it is still set up on the desktop.
Could I like quickly try to see if there's any like valuable information on here?
Yeah, I mean you can see. So there's one open program kind of down in
Yeah, what is that?
So this one I'm not requiring a tech check because this is kind of just like opening up Internet Explorer on any Windows-based computer.
Why would you go with Windows Explorer when Chrome exists?
I'm just saying. It's like when you first open your laptop, like you turn it on for the first time. You have to download Chrome.
Lucky it's not Firefox.
Oh.
True, you should be going to Firefox because Chrome is trying to take over the internet.
And it's working.
Well, yeah,
We need Tor.
but so the program that was open seems to be this security display.
Okay.
It seems to have a couple feeds attached to it. As you can see, a number of them say disconnect, but there are a few that are highlightable. It's currently on the room you're in, so as you open the camera, you are seeing kind of each of your party members in the room itself.
Oh.
There are a couple others. There is
Yeah, I'll flip through
you'll
those.
see one that's the two that you see on your screen right now. Before, if you do any scrolling, are comm room and A320.
Do I see anything in the comm room?
Alright, so you switch over to the comm room, and this will be the last switch you can make on this turn. Well, I'll have that take up your full action. You are kind of just seeing a computer with a large room with a large computer. Like you see a computer with a large room. Yeah, so you see a large computer. It seems to have it's just like super hard. It started to like rain super hard suddenly.
Yeah, it was raining by me.
It was like nothing
An hour ago.
and like now it just suddenly like started. I could like hear it through my headphones. So it was
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
I was like,
I
what's-
can't hear it. I
what
don't
is
think
this?
Jay can hear it. Basement boys, Jade, raise your hand up. Woo!
One of the window open across the room.
Oh,
Um,
we live sad existences. Yes.
So yeah,
Sad,
there.
rent-free
You can't
existence.
really
Hey,
see.
oh, I still pay rent.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I
wrong.
don't pay rent, but you
yeah.
know what? Let's not get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D&D.
It's hard to see anything on the screen. It's the brightness and like the contrast doesn't seem to be letting you kind of see actually what's on the screen. But as it kind of as the camera view kind of swivels and pervades, it just kind of doesn't seem to be much to actually pick up. For now, we'll give it a moment on that. We'll let the rest of this 6 seconds pan out. And it's Avant. It's your turn. So
So,
Enum went
they're
to
already
the
at the
computer.
All right. And there's nothing else in the room, really?
You can make a if you want to make a genuine if you want to make a perception check, you can.
Yeah. Let me do that. Perception. Ooh, is a 21 total.
All right.
I like the easy math.
So in the other corner of the room, about another, about so from you it's about 25 feet. You do see another one of the another tablet. However, it kind of is a little bigger. Like the other one was about the other one was about this type of tablet size, 8-inch. This one seems to be much bigger. It seems to kind of be more of what you've noticed people like Dr. Cross carry around a lot, or Dr. Diaz, who have these kind of bigger, tablets that kind of are they mark date on a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I'll actually approach that one, see if there's anything I could do about it.
Sure. So you can make, when you pick it up, if you want, you can. There's not really much of anything open at the moment. It seems to be just kind of on this main system screen. It's not again, it's unlike the computer. It's not really like a desktop, and it's not like a tablet we would have where it's on a home screen. It's a full on just integrated UI. So you'll have to make an Arcana roll for essentially a tech check.
Okay. Arcana. Nothing on that. So it's a pure roll of 3.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Similarly, you have found the power button, except you lost it, and now you're not sure how to turn it on again.
Oh, it's right over here.
Try to start hitting other buttons to try to find the power button again. Turn it back on. As that takes up the rest of your turn. Barth. He'll kind of walk over by you, Gray, because you're the closest in his reach. You find anything on there?
I found the power button.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Only the power button.
Mind if I take a look?
I'm looking at it. I just do one of these where I'm just
all right,
kind of
grab it.
not looking away, but just handing it to him.
Okay. On the plus side, he has as an average roll. It's a good thing he's got a decent positive to his Arcana / tech checks. So he rolled a 15.
Ooh.
I rolled the 10. I should be using this one for that. Alright, it's fine. Alright, so he will inevitably kind of open up. Okay, so this seemed to be somebody's personal data log. I guess the best thing that maybe we could do is see if it has any type of whatever recent history tracking. Let's see. It seemed to be going into. Let's see. They had something called. They were looking up something called Project Theta Y.
Theta Y.
Yeah. The file requires an access code. I'm assuming some type of personal password. As that will do it for Barth's turn. Gray, it'll be your turn.
I'm gonna pull out the key card real quick that he gave it to me. There's no writing on it. Is there any writing on it, I should say?
No, I mean, not. I guess there is writing is a weird term for it because, but it does have a label on it that does have Bartholomew's name on it. But outside of that, there is kind of just like the screen, and there's a 4 buttons and a dial.
Okay. But there's no like passwords written on it, like a little post note that says, "Here's the,
The
McGuffin
password
right here."
is.
Well, when you pull it out and you see the screen, like the homepage of it, kind of, has it kind of like is like a tiled like screen, so it's like super, it's like way basic. It has kind of just like, you see kind of the more just the rooms of doors, security, or dorm. Sorry, not doors, dorms, security, and then notes and OBJ. So objectives using.
Okay. Well, and these tablets aren't connected to anything, right? They're not like uncharted boards or anything. They're free movable objects.
Yeah, so yours is a really small. It's almost kind of like a remote. The thing you got from Bartholomew.
Yeah.
His tablet, like I said, the one that he's now you've given to Barth is the one that's kind of about the size of that little tablet I use as a prop.
Okay.
A little more
Right.
screen, like purely screen based, like pure tablet, like, whereas yours is a little more kind of like old school PDA, like almost.
Got it. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit, see if I can figure it out, get a better understanding of what it does.
Sure. So I guess which button do you hit, or do you just turn the dial?
I turn the dial.
All right, you start to turn the dial. It seems to start listening through a long system menu.
Oh shit.
So it kind of has like brightness, contrast.
I change the brightness two notches up, then I go back and then press the button.
All right, which one? Top
Let's
left,
go
bottom
with-
left, top right, bottom right.
Let's go with top right.
I mean, you could say also it was dorms, security, OBJ, and notes.
Let's go with notes. Seems like a fruitful lead.
The newest, let's see. So the most recent note is from actually a couple days ago. And it's just labeled the title, because you just see a title and a date for like each of the notes. The most recent
Right.
one is KMS.
Save.
KMS.
That's just what the title of it is. You have to click it to like read it.
Kill my squirrel. Got it.
Because it has like the name and then it has like the arrow. So like the classic, like if you click it, there will be a full.
Do the. All right.
As you open the note, I'll pantomime his wordplay, but you're reading it. There's no audio to the actual note itself. Holy freaking hell. I cannot stand this giant snake man. The amount that he is obsessed with glowy things. I swear I'm talking to somebody from millennia ago, back in the Dark Ages, when there was no interplanetary travel. In fact, probably even earlier than that. He's that inept. But yet somehow these just inept followers of his just take every word he has. I guess it's probably because they're just too weak to really take him on themselves. I imagine if they all did it at the same time, maybe they'd be able to overpower him eventually, but it can't be that bad.
I'm willing to throw waves after waves of men at it.
To be fair, they're probably
It is
all...
a sacrifice I am willing to make.
I guess in reality, they're all about as smart as he is. I swear, if I have to deal with this for any amount of more time, I'm just gonna end up putting a bullet in my head. I don't know. It's better than dealing with that psychotic bird. That's the
Hey,
end of it. And that'll be the amount for your turn. So we'll
Yep.
come back to you.
Real quick.
yeah.
Theta, what number?
Theta Y.
Why?
why?
Why? No.
Why?
Whoa.
Let's see. Does anybody need to make me? No. Okay. You all then. So you hear another, similarly to before, when you heard like the heavy kind of like deep reverberation, kind of from the like from kind of the sound of like something shutting really hard. You hear that again. And then you start to you do hear kind of it's Gray and Avant. You hear kind of the sound of just some kind of like a big-ish, like medium-sized thing of metal just kind of like crash. So it's like, you just kind of, it's like when you hear like a pan drop, kind of, just like,
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Right. So Variable is up. I think it has left wherever it went to. Be aware, we may not be alone for long. We may need to move soon. I keep eye down here. So ready that.
Oh man, it's really falling down from where you're at.
So now, because you were just looking at the screen, Enum.
It's not as bad as it looks. Yeah.
So you were just looking at the screen. So it's not your turn. I'm just, you're already looking there, so you'll see this.
Yeah.
You actually see QR now walk into the communications room.
Okay.
No, you weren't. The red that you would have saw from QR before the door closed doesn't seem to be apparent. The camera does purvey color, so it's not just like because it's not, Technicolor. The red of kind of the red glow that he kind of had from his like lighting systems seems to have disappeared. But he is walking up to the computer.
Okay. You are.
Wow, that was close. He then will turn around. You'll kind of see him see you in the camera, and then the feed will cut out.
Oh.
As now it will be your turn.
Well, I'm concerned about what just happened with the feed cutting out. Is anyone in the room actually with me?
Yeah, I mean, they're inherently they're really all in the room, but the only person that, if you just turned around and couldn't see, would be Varabel. Otherwise, you can see everyone else in the room, kind of looking at apparently different electronic devices. These millennials and their electronic devices can't talk to each other.
I turned around to Varabel. Did you just see that?
He's on the other side of he's down the stairs a bit, so he's kind of on the other side of a wall.
Okay, well then, never mind.
Like I said,
so
he was the
there's-
one you couldn't see.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said he's the one that I
No,
couldn't see if I
Other way
turned
around. He was the only one you couldn't see. Yeah, everyone else is visible to you.
Okay. Well, I'd say aloud then. I was just watching a feed of the communications room and saw QR go in there. The red glow. And then he
It
looked
wasn't.
directly
There
in
wasn't
the-
one.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
figured I'd ensure that I'd use it.
Yeah.
Miscommunicated one thing. It very easily could have been another one.
Yes. Yeah. Well, QR went to the communication room and then looked at directly in the camera, and then the feed cut out. I hate to say this, but I'm kind of concerned. Except not really, because I hope he dies, but...
I'm concerned for his, but almost suddenly more ours.
Yes. There was still another...
Yeah, so there is a. You
room
still
I could
also
look at,
see a
right?
scroll bar, so you could scroll down, but otherwise there was the there's the A305 room. That
I'll
was
scroll down
on
a
the
little
one
bit.
you're at. Are you scrolling down?
Alright. No, I'll click the A305.
Excellent.
Oh, God.
The channel seems to turn in, and it's just like a camera pointed at a monitor with some adult content just right there.
Oh.
It is literally nothing but this computer screen, and
It's just
yeah, and
big,
a
big porn.
it's an image. It's like the desktop background, but it's a Vect and a female Aviara.
Does Edom have any like built-in picture taking technology?
Give me a luck roll. Give me a luck roll.
Oh, is that just a D20?
Yeah, just give me a d20.
Is it plus anything?
No. Just
Okay.
just a d20.
11.
No, it didn't seem to catch up on the, maybe in a firmware update.
Okay.
They'll
I'm
add
gonna
the
scroll down
camera
then.
sensor.
I'll scroll down then. Just move on.
So inevitably, there's a number. Most of the feeds seem to be cut. There's another room called X30 that is lit up.
X30. Can I click
There
on
you'll
that?
see the real thing happening.
Yeah. The monitor was a live feed. It was a Twitch stream.
Oh no! Accidentally turned my live stream on.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Go to meatspin.com.
You spin me.
So as you go to the X30, you see a large room with a number of kind of these big capsules that kind of glow into this like into the kind of room itself. Like there's not a lot of light in the room, but these capsules kind of emit this green light. Make me essentially a tech check. So make me an Arcana roll.
Okay.
Tech check.
Another 11.
Hey.
It'll be enough to see. On the UI, you actually notice that there is there's kind of a like rewind, play, fast forward kind of sub window.
Okay. I'm gonna rewind
Will
first.
Smith. It's rewind time.
Speaking of Will Smith, Prince Alicia.
Oh boy.
Let's toe the line between usable content and copyright.
Oh no.
Scream.
All right, but but anywho, so you rewind a little while, and eventually you do see the Roth. It's very quick, but you kind of see the Roth and like a body over its shoulder. It moves by like in and out relatively quick, or like relatively quickly to the frame.
Okay.
I'm assuming, do you stop it?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop and like look at what it's doing a little closer.
So you kind of catch it then, like as it went. You kind of saw it like this. So like it obviously, like when it rewound, it went in and out. So now you see it kind of walking in. You're able to see Claire on its shoulder as it inevitably walks up and puts her into one of those capsules, and then walks back down the way it came. As kind of she just sits there for a while. We'll come back. Avant,
Yes.
what you doing?
I'm still messing with this tablet, blissfully unaware of the
Right. Make another
perversions
Arcana
of my
check.
kind.
Make another.
He's
Arcana check.
He's downloaded Candy Crush and is just wasting away.
Yeah.
That is 14.
All right. Not only have you successfully rediscovered the power button and brought the pod tablet back to the PDA back to life, but you are actually able to find a certain data log. It is. Yeah, you find kind of a data, like essentially, I guess you could say like a journal from a Dr. Alexandria. Has a number of like listed dates, but they're like they're in a language you don't understand.
That's unfortunate.
Well, just the titles are, like the titles of them are.
Will I at least recognize what language it is?
Make me a history check.
History, I can do. That is 16.
It's one of those things where it's weird. So you know a lot that you kind of can roughly estimate a number of languages that exist by their writing, just kind of by certain characteristics. You know, something like Dwarvish is very like rugged and square. You know, Elvish involves a lot of, you know, curves and like heavy like cursive essentially.
Yeah, it does.
There's a lot. I don't. Why? That was the weirdest way to talk about a font.
That's my fetish.
So it's weird because it's like one of those where it's like it's a language that is you don't know, and by that kind of moniker you feel like it's something that's a very like it's a language that's very uncommon. And granted, while there is a common tongue, there are a number of more common languages amongst the space. You know, like I mentioned, there's, you know, Dwarvish, Elvish, even Draconic is more like universal than some other ones. Druidic continues to be a very, you know, not understood language, however, or like secretive language, I guess I should say. But yet still is a little more recognizable than this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I write my notes in Druidic.
Right. But this, like, Druidic has some like recognizability to it in a way, right? It's kind of known to, it's
Right.
like, that's Druidic. We'll never know. Whereas like this is different. Like this is like harsher. Like the way it's like inputted is like harsher than the like most stern of dwarven text.
Okay. Well, then looking at this, I'm actually going to gesture over to Dr. Gray. Dr. Gray, if you can take a look at this note. I think it's important, but I don't understand how it's wrote.
Well, have you tried opening it? Barth will kind of add. Because similar to what I mentioned, you were just seeing kind of like the title to like little carrot.
Open the notes.
Just like tap it.
How
Just like tap
would
it.
I
Tap it. Just tap it.
open the
Just
notes?
tap the screen. Tap the screen.
Peck it.
Roll me a luck roll.
A 6.
You definitely have cracked it. It's operational, but you cracked it. Yeah, definitely cracked it.
Oh, damn it.
It did work, though. I'll give you that. It worked. But it's cracked, and it is definitely damaged.
I just hear a guy turn around. What's going on?
You now see Avant's tech mark into this tablet. As it does open a note, what language do you know? These ones, however, are written in a language you do now. These are written in Aviara.
How convenient.
So you read the inside of the note. And it notes Project Theta Y is so far beginning to show its success. Everything is becoming prepped. Inevitably, the ambassador will arrive. Can't let the tower know.
Whoa.
If they knew what I know, everything would be lost. Everything that I've worked for, removed. The ambassador has promised that as long as an ample supply of subjects are brought forth, that our relationship would be mutually beneficial. I can't trust his word, but it's the best I've got. All I can do is hope. Freedom shall rule. Dr.
Oh.
David Alexandria III.
Crack whiskey and patching. Alright, so I'll read a whole note out loud into common, translating as I go.
Alright. So
Let's say-
you all hear that note then. As with Barth's turn. Well, I would recommend that maybe we start getting moving. We can bring these things with us. But I imagine staying in one place for too long is more dangerous. Our best option is to keep moving. So I'll kind of start to walk towards the stairs.
Sounds good.
Great, it's your turn.
I'm listening intensely to what Avant is saying. Then look over to where I last saw Enum.
He's still at the computer.
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna go over to Enum.
Alright.
You find anything?
Sorry, I was just saying, it'll let you know it takes about 25 feet to get to him.
I will. I can have 34 reasons. Okay. But I will go up to him and like, Enum, we need to start get going. We need to start to get going. I can't talk today. You find anything?
Yes. Well, like I said earlier, the strange. Like I said earlier, I saw the strange camera feed with QR, and then just this. I just found this, and then I hit play and show it.
Yes. Okay. So you start to do that. That'll go through. Varabel will go. He will stay in his spot. He's going to kind of hold himself. So this already happens. So all right. So Enum, now on your turn. So everything played. So you replayed everything that you saw on your last turn. To Gray.
Yeah.
Right. So as you continue, as it continues to roll into the start of your turn. Similarly, you see a red glowing QR. And remember, this is from earlier. So, you were seeing the live feed earlier. This is an earlier feed that you were watching. You rewound it about the little bit or so. You see him kind of. You kind of see him run in or walk in. Because Claire was still, when you ended the feed, she was just, the tube was open still. It wasn't like glowing. It was much. She was just sitting in it or laying in it. QR then, you kind of see him inject something into her, and then close it. But then you see him collapse. Like he just stiffens and
Because that
collapses.
can make your hands clap.
And almost instantly as he falls, he bounces back up. The thing starts glowing, so it's then entirely fuzzy to see into it anymore. You can't see her anymore. But he is kind of his normal color. He's not the red glow anymore. He's just kind of looking around. It starts to just kind of run down the hallway. The opposite direction that the Wraith went earlier in the feed.
Ray, what do you think about all this? I don't really know what we're supposed to do.
All I'm taking from this is that both of them seem to be alive for the time being.
Yes, I suppose.
That means we can still save them. I'm a little less angry now, but we need to get going.
There.
Hmm.
We do have
Now-
initiative.
And I say this and wait for my turn in initiative. So I can just go.
But you do have all of your movements still, Enum.
I guess, I'll hang around and walk with, or could I save my walk and walk with Gray?
It's one of those weird things where it's inherently when you move in a turn, you're kind of moving together anyway. You're
Okay.
always, no matter what, because you're an initiative, you're always going to be staggered.
Yeah.
There's no way to
even
avoid
though
it.
It's happening at the same time, technically.
Yeah, so but yeah, just because of the way initiative works, you're always staggered in the amounts that you move.
I'll just start I nod to Gray and then I'll start walking. I guess which way is forward? Is it down those stairs that Maribel was trying to go to?
Yeah, Barth started to head towards the stairs.
Yeah, I'll head that way too.
Oh crap, it's back.
All right.
There we go.
All right, Avant, then it is your turn.
Alright, I will tuck the cracked tablet away as best I can, trying not to break it any further and start following them.
Okay. And then anything else?
Yeah, no, I'll just With my newfound knowledge of the power button, I'll make sure to turn it off.
What,
It
no?
wasn't for
So
naught.
you're gonna move anywhere though, or?
Yeah, I said I'd follow him down the stairs.
Oh, okay, sorry. Good to know. No phone. Went to sleep. All right. Barth will kind of wait for the rest of you to come down or get closer to the
Keep
stairs,
drinking all my pop.
since he's a little ahead of a couple of you. Because Enum, you got about 10 feet before like you got to the staircase.
Yeah.
So like, at another 10 feet, you'll be at the top of the stairs, and then you can start going down. So great, it's your turn now.
Neat. I'm gonna follow after Enum.
All right. You had about
stun
a 5
gun.
foot head start, so you get the benefit of you being 5 feet closer to the stairs.
Nice. Yeah, stun guns out and ready to shoot anything
Yes. Okay.
and everything.
You all can start hearing the kind of a little bit. You can start hearing like the skittering again. It's just like the. It kind of seems to echo through various parts and perspectives in the room.
Then the music starts.
All right, Varabel will kind of pick himself up and
Dude.
start heading down the stairs.
You doing?
All right.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
I like zoned out.
All right.
And then so he just went downstairs. Doesn't seem to kind of takes the note. He's been looking down the hallway that's down there, or the room that's down there. So obviously, if there was anything to report, he would have done it earlier. So it is now Edam's turn. It's about 20 feet to get down the stairs. You're 10 feet from the top of the stairs.
That sounds like that'll fit perfectly with my movement.
Hey. In square footage.
You know,
I will head down.
You do what you
those
can.
Stairs.
keep it technical.
Right.
All right. Anything else anything else you want to do when you get down there, or?
Backflip.
Sure, make an athletics check.
Oh god. I was joking, but now
You don't have to.
commit. No, I'm gonna do it. I have to commit.
I said I'd do it. I have to do it.
That's
He's a
an
man of
18.
honor. I respect it.
Hey, successfully backflip.
Okay. Cool.
I'm writing down my notes.
Sick
He
AF.
pulls off.
Okay.
All right, Avon.
Hey.
Did you go right up on your turn? Did you go right up to Barth, or were you kind of go? You had a little bit to go down the stairs, a
Mhm.
bit. So would you have just kept going down the stairs, or would you have stayed by Barth since he stayed at the top?
Going down.
Okay, so you would be 5. You would have been the first 5 feet down. So it'll take you 15 to get down the stairs, and then you'll have your remaining movement for the rest of the room.
Okay. Sounds like a good plan.
A plan. Yes, a plan.
The man with the plan. Or Birdman. Ha!
Uh-huh. Yes.
Behold, He-Man.
Oh, He-Man! Yes! You won't do so well against my Ruthie and Taker! Yeah!
We're all inside like, yeah, fucking don't mess with that one.
He-Man, run.
Get him, Evelyn.
Right. So do you just get to the bottom? When you get to the bottom of the steps, do you just walk around? What do you do? See a generally open, kind of open room, leading kind of walled, the walls kind of lining to a number of like pipes and conduits.
Oh, okay.
So not much of like a room, really.
Yeah, I'll just wait there.
Okay. Gian. Barth will head down the stairs.
And explode.
No.
Why didn't he?
He will, however, head down the stairs and then kind of walk about, a little 10 feet kind of more into the room. Just try to kind of peer down the hallway. Kind of sees a little bit of steam coming from certain vents. No, that definitely isn't normal. Gray, it is your turn.
I'll stay next. I want to say off. What's the word I want to use? Want to be left and abreast of the person who's most in front.
Currently, everyone else is downstairs.
All right, I head on downstairs.
All right. Well, then you're at the bottom of the stairs. Is a small group of two rather somewhat larger Vect guys and your bird friend.
Okay, is there still enough room to like move off to the side?
You have about
Yeah.
5 feet just to kind of squeeze through them, get to the other end.
Got it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go through there and do like, excuse me, sorry, sorry, don't mind me, friend.
As you'll hear a little bit more skidding around, and above you, you will hear kind of a large thud.
Once I'm gonna get down 25 feet, hear that thud, go back 5 feet, like nope.
It's above you. So it's, if you went up the stairs, you'd be going towards it.
Nope. The steps become a little bit faster.
So Verabel goes, we must move, as he kind of dashes down the hallway. It's a long hallway, so it takes a bit. Edom, Verabel has dashed down the hallway.
What was that?
Verabel has dashed down the hallway after hearing the thud, saying, "We must move quickly."
Okay, well, I guess I'll dash after.
Okay,
Can't really do much.
awesome. Avan, Edom and Verabel have dashed down the hallway after hearing the thud above you.
Did I also hear the thud?
Everybody heard the thud. It was a loud thud.
Okay, well then I wish to Naruto run after them.
You would need a passive perception under a 10 to hear that thud. To not hear that thud, I mean.
Okay. Yes, I arms back behind myself, run towards.
Makes it faster.
If I had feathers,
that
they'd
just
be
reminds me of
rustling.
having to see the Sonic trailer movie today. Oh god, it was bad.
It took you this long?
It
Well,
just
he
no,
saw
it,
the
it brought
official
back
one
the
from-
memory. It brought back the memory of having to see it again. I blocked. I
Oh.
successfully
He saw
like
the movie
blocked
in
it,
theaters,
you know,
remember?
out. And then since I was forced to watch it again for being in the theater.
Oh
no.
yeah, they did show it before the movie.
No,
Yeah.
not again.
It's a good thing Celeste and I came in late so that we caught the tail end of that.
Barth. Barth, I think, actually. No. thought he had something that would be assisting, but no. Shit. He's just gonna run. Great. Everyone's right.
Yep. All right, man. I am combat dashing, which is really just me running.
All right. Everybody.
But in an
has
authoritative
dashed.
way.
But I do shoot glasses in the back, and the stun gun's up to my chest.
You are able to hear everybody that has a passive perception of 15 and above, which I think is all three of you. Yep.
Hey.
You are able to hear kind of coming down the stairs like a kind of decent like. As you all, as you ran, dash down the hallway, like similarly when Barth had mentioned there was this kind of mist, or kind of mist emanating from the vent. It does kind of, as you go through, it does seem to obscure your vision of behind you, so towards the room with the stairs. As Vera will kind of start to continue to move another 10 feet. He'll kind of look to his. He'll kind of look about, and then he'll kind of see a door kind of quickly open it, and kind of just kind of roll in as he kind of gestures for you guys to kind of follow, like go in. As he's kind of like next to the door. So Enid, you see that.
Okay.
It's a dark room. The door, it's a little dark in there.
Well, I can see in the dark, right?
Yeah, so
Well,
you see essentially a decently, it's a kind of large one, but it's a closet.
Alright, do I see anything in there?
Some brooms, an old coat on the ground. Not much.
Weapons.
Yeah, can I make like a perception check or
You could, yeah.
or no?
Well, you haven't moved yet, so I guess it's not really taking away from anything.
Okay.
But he is kind of gesturing for you to go in.
It's a 19. Nothing.
Not much else. You see that it is seemingly slightly larger. You do actually see there is you've seen these before. It's like a door that allows for like cleaning, like little cleaning bots that kind of come in. So it's like a little mini garage.
Okay.
You do see that in there.
Alright, well, I don't see anything suspicious, so I'm gonna go in.
It's like a big, like this closet is like
Yeah.
20 square feet.
Yeah. I'll go in.
And then Avant. One
Yes.
robot man gestures for you to go into closet. Other robot man goes into closet.
Well, this isn't how I wanted you guys to find this out about me. But I
You're
guess
not
I
going
will
to, 'cause I'm
end.
staying in the closet.
Right. Yes, I went to the closet with them.
All right, Barth. We'll do the same. So kind of like more gently try to step into the closet. Great.
In the closet I go.
All right.
And I'm never coming out again.
All right. So he will kind of, because he had his hand like this, kind of on the door hold. So Verabel kind of uses like ready move just to let go. As you all inside the closet, the dark closet,
Oh my.
you is Verabel will kind of do this as you start to hear the thudding get louder, just kind of a hear like a very like just deep like we've evaded that one. We
How tightly packed are we in this closet?
it's 20 square feet, so you're pretty tightly packed.
Okay.
But not too much. You're not like having to be shoulder to shoulder.
But we get to be.
D&D map wise, it is a 4x4 grid.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, we're just a bunch of creatures instead of a closet, hiding away from something that wants to kill us.
Yes, well, we have two options, I guess. We can either, the option out there is to follow it. The other option is to try to fit ourselves in here. I imagine it's going to be a slightly tight squeeze, though, for you there, Bella. Well, similarly to Gray, I do not want to leave you behind. At least while we can help it. But we may be walking into our doom if we choose to follow that Wroth.
My prerogative is to get into that communication room and to get our teammates back.
Yeah, well, in terms of how to get there, your guess is as good as mine. Is our map this is the worst place to be hiding, but
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm gonna pull up the key card again.
you will in a bit.
I will in the bit.
Uh,
My hand slowly starts going to.
Verabel will open the hatch at least to try to look inside. Kind of actually tries to see if it can fit. That's unfortunate for him.
Oh no.
And had to make a skill check. So
Cops.
find out, won't we? Because that wasn't that one.
Hey!
Let's find out.
Roll that D100.
Space cops.
D&D. But we have fun. Hiding in the closet.
Oh, okay. I thought he got a 100. He didn't.
Suddenly,
slips.
this room gets.
I mean, to
He
be
just
fair,
like
a
slips and falls
100,
on his stomach / face. Just kind of like he's
a
trying to.
100 is it's just a portal to QR at this point. Something
Pretty
we could
much.
use, honestly.
You
Who
think
does
so?
he fall on? Because I was assuming we're in such a.
No, he was next to the little like drone door. So he was like crouched down in front of it, trying to squeeze, and it just kind of like.
Bleh.
So he only takes up his own space still. But he's
Oh,
prone.
okay.
He is still definitely prone. All right. Enid.
You're right.
Good. May fit. Tight squeeze though. Tripped as well. So Edom, it is your turn.
We're just in this closet, right?
Yes, he very well tried to go through the little drone door that you noticed, but he seemed to kind of miss a step and tried to see how he could try to finagle his like way in, and kind of tripped.
I'll like push him aside and try to squeeze my way in. I don't can't remember. Is he taller than me?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try it. I'm a little smaller.
I guess make me a strength check then. See if you can kind of push him out of the way.
That's a 12.
Takes it a bit, but he's kind of letting you go, so he'll you can it's not too much to kind of push him back a bit, and then you actually are able to fit through this door no problem if you tried to go in. He just kind of has these like or plated shoulders that make it a little hard for him to try to like find his angle.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll go in. What do I find?
So you start to go through, and as you kind of peek out the other end, the door opens automatically, seemingly by some motion detector, and you kind of are able to peek into kind of what seems just like another hallway, but you had to go about kind of 25 feet to get through it, so
Okay.
you're unable to actually leave.
Yeah, I
at the
get
moment.
all the way there.
Since you were next to Varabel. So Avant, Varabel tripped, but you do see Enum having gone into the tunnel. Did you try to communicate anything with your group?
Me?
Uh,
Nah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Nah, I'm just going in.
he went in. He hasn't said anything.
So it's on you, Avatar. I already know what I'm doing.
I don't. I have no idea.
Well, Enum made his decision.
Yep.
I guess I'll just do the same.
Hey, you could go in. Sure.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Yeah.
stopping you.
Yeah,
Certainly
I'll give
not,
that a shot.
Varabel's current lump of a body.
Yeah, he's fine.
So you get about. So for you, it takes because you were kind of later in the get in the closet train. Takes you about the 10 feet to get to the hatch door, but then about 20 feet in, you get to Enum's feet. He's just kind of waiting there.
All right.
So that will make it, I think, Barth's turn. Yep.
Hmm?
As he will use his turn, try to see if he can find.
Crack the hell in my back.
Nope, he is royally. He cannot. He can't seem to find a layout program.
But yeah.
All right, so that'll.
Yes.
Just checking stuff. Sorry. So great. Now it is your
Oh, you're
turn.
fine.
Barth notably did not go into the vent. He is next to Varabel.
So wait, does it seem like Bart didn't go into the event because
He was
he
like,
knows something, or,
yeah, he was
or
messing
is
with
he
the
just
tablet.
saying?
You kind of saw him
Oh,
get
right,
a little
yeah.
frustrated at one point, actually.
Got it. All right, cool.
All right.
All right. So whose turn is it again?
Yours.
Oh, it's
Soldier
mine.
boy.
Oh, right. Finagling with the key card, checking for a map.
So which button do you hit? You kind of go back. You see your 4 options again. There's OBJ. Oh, sorry. What?
Yeah. So it was no security, dorms, and then OBJ.
Yeah.
So let's try security.
So security seems to list like
Security.
it kind of like pulls up a like 4 little like 4 dotted lines, and it kind of seems to jumble through a number of like each 4 slots jumble through like a number of letters and numbers.
This is weird. Alright, but not what we want. And then other than that, I'm gonna look at everybody else going to the vent.
Because you're only very quickly kind of going into that screen, you are allowed another set of like it's for your like if you want for your like your action, you can kind of still look at another screen.
Okay.
Because that's one of those where it's kind of like you open it, you're like, that ain't it.
Yep.
It's like you're in it for like a second.
All right. I'll out of habit check the dorm one.
You kind of see it. You kind of see it listed as, you see it listed as A30, and then door like essentially it's just kind of like not nearby door. Like set scanner closer to door.
That's not either. Well, no, I don't got a map. I'm gonna start moving towards the.
You've been through 3 of your 4 windows.
Yeah. I'll check objectives later.
Okay. All right. So what do you do then?
I'm gonna head to where this tunnel is that everybody's going through.
All right. So it takes you about the 15 feet to kind of get up to it. Since you were the last one in the room, kind of went farther back.
Okay.
But so do you go into it, or
I mean, is it an action going to it, or is it
just using it
No.
as part of your movement? Getting down
Okay.
is much easier than going up.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And I already used my action to look through the key card, right?
Yeah, that is like your action.
All right. Gonna go down and start crawling after my teammates.
Okay. So you get about 15 feet in, then you get to Alvan's feet.
By the structure of your legs, I know you're Advance. Yep, and by the sound of your call, I also know you are Advance. Yeah, you're a happier Advance. No, you're more dismayed Advance. Oh, that's terrifying.
So coming from the hallway that you're facing right now, Enum, you start to hear the sounds of the like pounds. They like echo through the hallway that you're kind of looking into. You're unsure of exactly the source yet. But you start to hear it's actually not as poundy. It's a little more just kind of like you're hearing just kind of like it's not as poundy.
Choo choo.
It's like crawling on the wall.
Yeah, Variable kind of.
What will
Oh,
he
are you
do?
down there? Other ones. Kind of says in a hushed tone.
Is he talking to us?
Yeah. Do you see anything? Small ones.
I see feet. Avant, do you see anything?
I see skies blue. I don't actually say that. I just really wanted to.
I chortle hard.
Mm.
Enum?
Do
Yes,
I
I
see
don't see-
anything? I mean, I got like the infrared vision.
You do.
I got awesome dark vision. Like an awesome person.
However,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, you would by this distance. The distance you have it, you would see you start to see kind of, you're starting to see on the ceiling a thermal signature. It's a little distant though.
I mutter, something's coming on the ceiling.
Best to back up. As Enum, it is your turn. However, behind you is currently blocked. You have found yourselves in a precarious situation.
Of initiative orders and men.
So you have two options. You can go forward or you can try to go back, however your teammates are currently blocking you.
I mean, what else is there behind us? Going back to the closet?
Yeah.
And
A
being
trail-
trapped in there then?
Well, it's more that but it's in the signature is coming from the hallway you're peeking into kind of right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait for it to pass?
Okay. If you want, sure.
I hold out my hand and say mutter really quietly something's in the ceiling coming this way. And then I'm gonna kind of try to wait for it to pass because I don't really want to go out and fight it right now.
No. Alvan, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna try to very softly lower my breathing from my cautions.
All right. Yeah, you're currently in the middle of this. It's disconnected at the moment, but essentially this human centipede. Or I guess you could say by being centipede.
Man, I didn't want to be middle.
Hey.
Somewhat chose that spot. As Barth, I'll kind of just note to you, Gray, back up. If you leave that door open, I might see you.
All right. Hang on. That means it's not my turn yet, is it?
It is now.
It is now? All right. I don't back up. Instead, I wild shape
I push them forward.
into a Mirror.
Uh-huh.
I'm a tiny cat now.
That he is. The tiniest of cat.
Mm-hmm. With my gray fur, piercing eyes, elongated tail, I casually walk out.
Which way?
Through Advent.
Through Alvan, so into the hallway.
Yes.
Okay.
You said you're a cat?
Yep.
I immediately start freaking out that there's a cat near me.
Oh, I just moved through you too.
Yeah, that's even worse.
So I do that. Look out in the hallway, confirm things, and then just move back into the tunnel.
So if you want, I guess you can make a perception check when you get out.
Yes. Because
I don't know if I can fully say if this is based on smell. I guess unless you're just
I was
trying
just about
to
to ask you that.
I guess if you want to
Use-
try looking for a smell, sure.
I'll do a visual check just to keep things simple.
Okay, I was gonna say, I guess inherently you could always try. Nothing stops you from trying to.
That's
Spell it
fair,
out.
but a 24 regular perception should do just fine.
Okay. You are hearing the same sound that, like I mentioned before, that Enum was hearing, where you kind of are hearing, and getting much closer now. You are hearing that kind of, it's kind of like four things kind of moving up, seemingly coming a little closer.
All right. When I go back in the tunnel, I go up to Enum. I just push my paw on his head. kind of like indicating
Kinda.
go back
Go
Right.
back.
You're
as
so-
best as I can in cat form.
I just pet the cat.
Well, so let's see. So you're 15 feet in. So it puts you. So it's 10 feet to get out into the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the remainder of that movement speed minus you have 10 feet off your movement speed from inside the hallway for going back.
Okay. And since I moved through Avantinum, it was basically difficult terrain.
Right. So actually, would have knocked
That's-
off than 20.
Yes.
That's right. So yes, you
But
have
it's
whatever
fine,
remaining
my
minus
movement-
20.
Yeah, no, my movement's still 40. So I could have done that, and I could hypothetically go back to the same spot, but I'm gonna be in front of Enum, kind of like push, like
So you're gonna
cat
stay in the
pawing him
hallway.
back. Oh, is Enum like right at
He
the
is like
hallway?
right at the doorway.
I'm
so
not
like getting
in
in
the
front of
hallway,
Enum
yeah.
puts you right in the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna move through Enum and be right between him and Nava.
Okay, you're small, so you can actually share space.
All right, I'm gonna go on top of Enum and just
Okay.
lay down. Let him do all the hard work.
All right.
Mm.
The noise starts to get much louder, but it doesn't seem to. It kind of went off the ceiling and kind of from your ability to where you're kind of peeking, so you're not sticking your head too far out, Enum. Like you're trying not to stick your head out really. So you kind of lost the sight of like it moved towards
yeah.
the direction of the wall that you're kind of in.
Okay, well, that's dangerous. I still think we should wait here before proceeding.
Yeah, Variable would kind of also whisper like, "Back up.
Yeah.
It will grab you from door." Xenom, it is now your turn.
Let me see if I can do anything, really. I don't think I have any, like, action.
You unfortunately still have a Birdman behind you.
And a
Yeah.
cat person on top of you.
I'm gonna try to, like, just slam my ass. Not slam, but, like, just move backwards. Just, like, force back so I'm not, like, so close and, like, within grabbing distance.
You're essentially gonna make a shove attack, but at disadvantage because of your awkward positioning.
Okay, is that, like, a strength check?
It's more
Or
like an
well,
attack.
not
So it's an
attack,
attack. It's a melee attack roll.
Nat 1, no!
I'm on his back.
Roll the percentage.
Oh no!
Cops!
That's a 36.
36. Hey, maybe it'll help. You never know.
Whoa, here we go.
I don't. I don't know how this works with you. Just in a way that, in terms of sense, like it's just that doesn't necessarily make sense for you.
Do it, Marshall.
I guess I'll just kind of mark it as. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this works with robot person.
Pseudo-organic creatures.
Yeah, this is clearly meant for an organic creature, and it's very hard. However, you will kind of I think for simplicity's sake of just being able to move on, because I'm unable currently to come up with a viable alternative. You just kind of seem to find yourself slip down. So you're just kind of prone in the vent right now.
Okay.
This may, however, help you. As Avant, it is your turn. You have kind
Okay.
of you've seen QR kind of slip as the others have kind of beckoned both of you guys to try to back up.
All right. So I saw Cat Gray lay down on Enum's back. Then I saw Enum fall down.
You kind of tripped.
Okay. So
Oh.
from my perspective,
I'm a fat kitty.
I'm going to just lay down because that apparently is
Pull it
what
back.
we're doing.
Don't pull it back. Pull it back. The door is still open. Pull them back. You kind of hear. All right, make a strike check.
Just reach down and say, "Give me the booty," and pull him in.
That'd be 16 total.
All right, it'll be enough to at least be able to, because he's. Well, he is. Yeah, that'll be enough to just get him anyway. You're able to kind of grab him and kind of slide him back 5 feet, and you see the shutter close on the towards the hallway.
Then with my 2 coats, I make a makeshift nest and lay on it like we're all doing.
All right. So Barth will go. Goes, oh, thank God. All right. Let me try this again. Keep getting locked out of this pad. Gray.
Well.
You do anything?
I'm a cat. I observe and can I smell the answer?
Make a perception check with advantage.
Hey, that's a 25 for absolutely nothing.
Well, so these aren't like perfectly ventilated. They have their drafts.
Oh, gee.
And you are starting to hear or smell the like a faint kind of the scent of blood kind
What's
of
that
drawing
smell?
near,
It's blood.
as then you start to hear kind of the. Are we going to do anything else, by the way?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
As then as if you kind of wait around there, inevitably then it will get much closer as you'll very, very loudly near you all, especially you and Enum, you hear the kind of stop when it gets like really kind of loud, kind of almost like it's above you, and like almost like it feels like right in front of your face. You hear just like the just like the metal reverberate as you then you'll just kind of hear it again just go.
Does it sound like he's hitting this thing?
No, that was just his. That was more of like the pounding footsteps like you heard earlier. And then
Oh,
you'll hear it would transfer from like the then to the pounding footsteps as it kind of dropped down. It's because you walked further down the hall. Then you hear another one of those like, but except it's more like just a bigger slam. As you just hear like a, it's like metal kind of scatters them from like pieces.
Uh-huh.
And you start to hear just kind of like the
Oh, no.
and
And how close does it seem to us?
when it skithered away, it started to feel more distant as it started to move away, and like the punch or like the slam to like metal broken objects or like broken metal.
Yeah.
That seemed a little farther, not like super far, but it seemed a little farther. And then the skithering started to seem like it was a little farther away.
Okay.
As Verabel then actually does end up finding his way to squeeze into the vent behind you, Avant. It has gone to vents. Now is the time to go. Quickly.
I can do quickly, I say in cat.
Enum, after hearing a
Yes.
couple meows after Variable spoke to you, it is your turn.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, so you kind of move forward again and then go into the hallway.
Yep.
So you can crawl essentially 10 feet into the hallway, and then you can use an extra 15 feet because you kind of had to crawl instead of just like normal crawl. You kind of were like full like prone.
Yeah.
Prone. You can use the 15 movement to get up.
Okay, I'll do that. Do I see anything while I like enter the hallway?
Sure, make a perception check.
And I fall off his back.
Hey.
You are still on the back. You're kind of hitching a ride.
The important thing is, do you land on your feet?
It's a 23.
Always. Except in
so
real life.
you do not see you hear the skithering having gone much quieter, like into the distance, so it doesn't reverberate nearby you really at all anymore.
Okay.
And there's no heat signatures nearby outside of a little further down. You can kind of see a pipe shooting mist that's very hot. Like it has a very bright thermal signature, but it's just like air coming out of the pipe.
Okay. Well, as long as there's nothing here, like directly in.
Yeah, nothing is kind of in your line of sight that it is any type of like living being.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
You're aware that the sound came from, if you were looking at the steaming pipe, came from behind you then. Like the crash, like the punch, or like, you know, the slam into like metal. That came from behind you if you're looking at the steaming pipe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, anything else?
No, I guess I just kind of motioned for everyone else to like come out.
All right,
like,
so Avant, you kind of see Enum kind of motion you up.
Okay. I follow him up.
All right. Anything when you get on the other side?
Down, stand up, just make myself more comfortable.
All right. Barthacan will pretty much do the same. He'll actually go through. As Gray, it is your turn. You have hitched a ride on Enum's back. Out into the
All right,
hallway
I'm
here.
gonna proceed down the hallway, stealthily.
Which way? Towards the steam or away from it? There's a steam path and another path.
Right.
It actually, when you get out of it, the path that's on the other path is kind of has like these like 4 steps that they go up. Otherwise,
Yeah.
the steam is just like a flat path.
Okay. From what I remembered, which way could I recall the noise of the rotating going?
We'll just kind of use it as a somewhat mock perception check for kind of blending kind of past and present.
Natural 1.
Awesome. Roll me 2d10.
Yep.
Hooray!
I looked at it like, oh no! Alright. That is that I really worried there for a second because those were double zeros.
Double dribble.
5.
5. Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, hit me.
You blurt out. There's this moment from your past. It's like super embarrassing, and you just like all of a sudden it comes out of your mind, but everyone here is just.
Angry cat noises.
Yeah. So you just hear that, just a meow, sharp meow. You realize what you said about your past, but you suddenly remember your teammates are none the wiser. You lucked out this time.
I did. Oh, thank you. Thank you, inability to speak. Thanks to cat form.
All right.
Wait, I wouldn't know which way the thing went.
No.
Okay. Well, I am going to hold my dash action, and see wherever the people behind me decide to go.
All right. The ones, yeah, your companions that are not just standing in front of the door now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So Varabel will finish going through the doorway. He'll actually be able to kind of go out into the hallway more. What's his perception? Oh, his is really good. He will note Roth went that way. We must go this way.
Was which way was he pointing?
He's pointing towards the steam in terms of we must go this way.
Oh, okay. So go towards the steam, not towards no
Yes,
steam.
not stairs.
Got it.
Steam, not stairs.
Activate held action dash forward.
All right.
Into the steam, into the great beyond.
Into the burning steam.
All right.
Yep.
So what was your total movement then? It was 40, so it's 80 feet that you dash?
Well, I was holding my dash
Why
because we can't hold our movement, so I was just holding the dash.
Okay. I guess.
So it would just
Yeah,
be 40.
true.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So yes, you can go down the 40 feet. There seems to be another about kind of, 30 or so to go.
Mm-hmm.
You're
wait.
able to kind of go underneath the steam pipe.
All right. I roll a little bit, expose my stomach a little bit, then just wait for everybody else.
It's a sign of weakness. Get him!
All right, Enum, you see the
that
cat
hurt me.
dash down, and you heard Varabel kind of note the path you should go. You obviously know which way the Roth went, as well. So you know Varabel was telling the truth.
And he didn't just send me to my death. Not yet, anyways.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, what do you do?
Who?
You, Enum.
Me?
Yes.
Oh my god. Sorry.
A world of opportunity has arisen.
Okay.
So many options suddenly.
So I just saw Gray run into the steam.
Yeah. Well, he went. Because he was in cat form, he was underneath
Yeah.
it.
What do I see in the opposite direction? Nothing. That was where
That
the
was where the
Rothians
Roth
came
went. You see a
Yeah.
little bit of the. You're tall enough actually to see a little bit of the some of the broken metal from a vent.
out. Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't want Gray to die. I could. Like,
He's not QR. I mean, come on.
yeah. I mean, I care about something.
So do you want to kind of dash down the hallway, or do you want to just use your normal movement speed?
How far away is it?
He seemed to go pretty far down. You can kind of, I guess you have the thermal sight to benefit
Yeah.
you.
I guess I'll
The steam, I
dash.
guess,
I'll
actually
dash.
does kind of fuddle your vision of being able to see Gray because it's so hot. It's not just like
Alright.
smoke.
I mutter like to the people behind me, like going this way, I guess, and then I'm gonna dash down that way. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to use your? Oh yeah. So you use your full dash to get down. Then, so you kind of get a little bit past your cat friend,
Mm-hmm.
but you kind of reach down towards the kind of where the hallway begins to turn. As that, we'll do it for this episode.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Into the abyss.
Yep. As we all fade into the mist or the steam, we come out with 3rd-degree burns.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Nor the last.
Yes. What will happen next time? What is up with QR? What will happen to Claire? Will the group find the
Will
communication?
Enum ever care?
Will Gray stop being a pussy? Find out next week.
See you then.
no.
Actually, no, it will not be next week. We will be back.
Oh, right.
We will not be back until June 5th.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I forgot. Next week we start
Yes.
the.
Myself and Gray will be off to Colossal Con.
Hey.
Be having a good time there.
Supposedly.
Hopefully.
I'm going to die, but in a fun way.
Conflu.
Oh, likely. But we will find out. You'll find out if we got Conflu next time. On June 5th.
On Dragon Ball Z's.
Alright, there will still be an episode
Defeated.
of Embers by Daybreak next week, however. So keep that in mind. But there will just be no Dark Matter next week.
Mm.
So see you then.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys.